Andy, it's time to look ahead to the final game of the season tomorrow, but to start with just a touch back on history. It was 5 years ago today that we were actually playing the playoff victory over Airbus. Does that show just how far we've come as a club to be now playing for a second consecutive title opportunity?
Yeah, I think it says that we've been really consistent. I think we've kept raising the bar year on year, kept meeting the challenges that have been put in front of us in many different forms, and we've gradually, from that 5 years ago, we gradually closed the gap year on year to TNS, and and then we surpassed it last season, and we have an opportunity tomorrow to go again and get back-to-back titles.
It's the first time in over a decade that the league title is going to be decided on the final day. Just what does that say about this year's competition itself?
I think it's fantastic. All the messages I've had over the last week, I've made reference, to that being a real title. Too many times TNS have wrapped it up with 6, 7, 8 games left, and it's never been a true competition. And there's no glory in that whatsoever. I don't care what you say, whether it's your first title, your 5th title, or your 10th title. There's no glory in running away with things, and there'll be no competition. There's real competition now, and it's something that that Connah's Quay have got to take a pat on the back for, creating that week in, week out over this season, where we've gone toe to toe with a very good team in TNS who have reacted to what happened last season and upped the ante again this year. Their points tally will surpass many of their past seasons. They win tomorrow, which I expect them to do. What we've got to do is make sure that we get the victory, because it will need a victory tomorrow from us to win the title.
You talk about TNS's points tally, but ourselves, we've got the opportunity to achieve 79 points, which would be a record for ourselves as well. Again, just what does that say about our levels of consistency throughout the season? Yeah,
like I spoke about it last week. That 74 points had won the title, 68 and a 62 actually, I think, in 2016. So we've absolutely ripped it up this year. We've done incredible. We're 15 points, I think, ahead of a very, very good Bala team, who obviously they only train the once a week, so they don't have that kind of resources that we have to be able to train 2 or 3 times a week, although we are still in a hybrid version, not full time, and we're the best part of nearly 35-36 points, I think, ahead of Barry, who were in Europe last year. So it's an incredible season, and no matter what happens, I'll be incredibly proud of the players. I'll be a lot happier in winning the title, but it's not about tomorrow's game. It's not about a month, it's not about 6 months, it's about a season, 32 games. The best team over them 32 games will be the champions of the Welsh League, and we've got to make sure that it's us.
Previous visits to Penabont haven't quite gone our way, though. It has been 2 0-0 draws in our 2 visits there so far. So just what does that say about the challenge that we're facing tomorrow? Yeah,
we're in for a challenge, without a shadow of a doubt, against a very good Penabont team, and Reece is the same as me. He knows that you need a good group of players for success, and he's had a terrific season, breaking into the top 6, taking points off teams right across the board. But that comes with good players. We're not naive as managers. We need good players, and he has a very, very good group of players of experience, youth, speed, quality. So he's put a really good group together. So it's going to be a really tough game. We know that. But I back my lads. When it it comes to a situation like this, because we've done it on so many occasions. We found a way. We stuck to the process. We've been true to ourselves throughout the season, and when come tomorrow, we've got to make sure that we're right at the very, very top of our game to get the victory we need.